The risk isn't the talent, it's the contract. And the question nobody wants to ask, but that's stamped on every single dollar of this 2026 payroll, is simple. How long can the Blue Jays keep this house of cards standing before it collapses under the weight of the luxury tax? We're talking about a payroll pushing $300 million. The team just lost Game 7 of the World Series to the Dodgers. The wound is still open. And then the rumor surfaces. Toronto and Los Angeles back at the table, this time to move Jose Berríos. The fans' first reaction is shock, but if you stop and breathe for 2 seconds, you'll realize this isn't a panic trade, it's a survival trade. Berríos is the definition of stability. The guy is a metronome. In 2025, he delivered what he always delivers: 166 innings, 138 strikeouts, and a 9-5 record. A 4.17 ERA isn't Cy Young material, but he's the innings eater every manager dreams of having. Here's the problem, though. His contract escalates. In 2026, his salary jumps to $18 million. In 2027 and 2028, it climbs to $24 million per year. For the Dodgers, who seem to develop a rotation hole every time Tyler Glasnow or Blake Snell so much as sneezes, Berríos is the perfect insurance policy. They have endless money and need someone who ensures the bullpen isn't dead by October. But for us, for a Blue Jays team that just handed $210 million to Dylan Cease and still has to pay Kevin Gausman and Shane Bieber, Berríos has become a luxury we might not be able to afford anymore. And this is where the conversation gets interesting, because the rumored return isn't just some prospect package, it's a calculated heist. Josue de Paula. Remember that name. The kid is 20 years old and the number 15 prospect in all of MLB. A left-handed outfielder with a swing that looks handcrafted. In 2025, he raked in the minors, hitting .280 with 18 home runs. He's the kind of player we haven't seen come through our system in a long time. He's not just potential, he's the future face of the outfield at Rogers Center. But what if the real issue isn't Berríos? Think about it. On paper, our 2026 rotation is the best in the league. Cease, Gausman, Bieber, the rising kid Trey Yesavage knocking on the door, and Cody Ponce. We have depth. What we don't have is financial flexibility to keep Vladimir Guerrero Jr. here for another decade without the owner needing to sell an organ. Moving Berríos now is selling high. It's taking a 31-year-old veteran with a heavy contract looming and turning him into 3 controllable pieces for 6 or 7 years. Along with de Paula, we're talking about Jackson Ferris, a lefty who spent 2025 piling up strikeouts, 110 in limited innings, and has top-of-the-rotation upside. And James Tibbs III, a middle-of-the-order bat who brings that blend of power and speed our lineup sometimes seems to forget it needs. The logic is cold, and it hurts. Berríos was the guy who gave us stability when we needed it most. He's the quiet leader. But baseball in 2026 doesn't forgive emotional attachment while the payroll burns. The Dodgers want a ring now. They know Shohei Ohtani will have inning limits. They know Yamamoto can't carry everything alone. They need Berríos to survive the regular season and arrive in October intact. We need to reload the system. Our farm system has been drained over the past few years to build a team that almost won it all. If we don't make moves like this, we risk becoming the Angels, 2 or 3 superstars, a barren pipeline, and no meaningful October wins. Now pause, because there's a detail here that changes everything. A lot of people will say the Blue Jays are waving the white flag. It's the opposite. By bringing in de Paula and Ferris, you're extending your competitive window. You remove $18 million from the payroll today to secure elite-level talent earning the league minimum for the next 3 years. That's how smart organizations stay on top. The risk is obvious. Berríos goes to LA and wins a World Series there, while we pray de Paula doesn't turn into the next Dustin Ackley. It's the bet between certainty and projection. But let's be honest. Looking at this Jays roster today, with Cease and Gausman leading the charge, losing Berríos is a technical blow we can absorb. What we can't absorb is losing Vladdy in free agency because Berríos' money blocked the negotiation.
This is a chess move. The casual fan will hate it. The fan who understands payroll ceilings and market dynamics knows this might be the move that keeps the Toronto Blue Jays relevant through 2030 instead of imploding in 2027. It may be the end of the La Maquina era in Toronto, but it could be the beginning of something far more sustainable. So here's the question for you. Would you rather have the security of 180 Berríos innings today or the chance to have a superstar like De Paula for the next 6 years? The price of glory has never been higher. And now, what would you do if you were sitting in Ross Atkins' chair? Would you pull the trigger on this trade or keep the group together for one more run at a title? I want to hear your take.